On June 15th and 16th, the much-anticipated Global Peace Summit took place, where Ukraine gathered representatives from over 100 countries to prepare its negotiation position. However, just days before, Russian dictator Putin presented his so-called peace position, which was essentially an ultimatum: to disarm Ukraine, withdraw from 4 Ukrainian regions with millions of residents, and renounce NATO membership. The ultimatum would lead to Ukraine's complete occupation once Russia restores its military power. Ukrainian leaders and key Western figures urged not to succumb to Kremlin threats, but to focus on achieving a just peace for Ukraine. Additionally, Putin demanded the immediate lifting of all sanctions against Russia. Are the sanctions no longer as effective as they were? Let's take a broader view. As parallel efforts by Ukraine and Russia to sway global opinion unfold, the peace summit is happening. Meanwhile, Russian air defense systems in Crimea are daily targeted by Ukrainian missiles. Oil depots burn nightly, and F-16s will soon fly over Ukrainian skies. Ukraine also has the green light to target Russian military sites, as confirmed by U.S. presidential advisor Jake Sullivan. Russia faces a bleak future, a harsh winter with a shattered oil industry. Their battlefield advantage lies in sheer numbers of personnel, equipment and ammunition. Still, their rear positions are relentlessly hit by ATACMS missiles, Ukrainian Neptunes and Luty combat drones from Ukrainian special services. Putin visited North Korea, where he and Kim Jong-un held a grand reception, drove through Pyongyang in a luxury Western-made car, and signed an indefinite mutual support and strategic partnership agreement, which is de facto an alliance. Putin seeks military and industrial support from former Soviet satellites, as no part of European Russia remains safe from Ukrainian security service drones. Russian propaganda boasts about the freest air in Pyongyang and the productive friendship between Russia and North Korea. However, North Korea has already supplied Russia with around 5 million artillery shells, and Putin's Asian tour suggests more weapons are on the way for killing Ukrainians and destabilizing Europe. We should not be surprised if the aggressor army heads to Tallinn in North Korean tanks when Ukrainian FPV drones destroy their Russian and Soviet-made tanks. Incidentally, military bases near Finland's border are visibly emptying, as shown by satellite images. Let's recall the threats of direct military response to Finland's NATO joining. Outcast nations that pose no threat individually are now forming a coalition of evil. Comparable to Tolkien's Mordor, position a real threat not only to Ukraine, but only to the Baltic countries and the whole South China Sea region. More concerning is Putin's visit to Vietnam, a rapidly developing country with an independent regional role, and recent moves to strengthen ties with the US. There were even discussions about Vietnam possibly purchasing F-16 fighters. Such attempts to unite communist-led countries around Russia are alarming because wars are won by alliances, not single countries. However, the free world is not idle too. Expect significant diplomatic activity very, very soon.
We in the game.